welcome. A little bit late this morning. My computer was telling me channel error. Well, when it comes to technology, I'm not sure how this stuff works. I'm just convinced it's supposed to just work. And so when it doesn't work, it can tell me whatever error there is. That doesn't mean anything to me. But thank the Lord for talented kids who are very technical and were able to fix it and get us back online. It's like some people who are just not mechanical at all. Their car breaks down. They don't know where to begin to even try to figure out what's wrong. That's the way I am with technology. But I'm thankful that we're online today and we're ready to go in chapter 108 of the book of Psalms. And Psalm 108 is a great reminder of where our focus is supposed to be. And Psalm 108, the very first verse says, "O God, my heart is fixed. I will sing and give praise even with my glory." In other words, with everything that is within me, everything that is important, everything that comes into my life, everything for which I steward, I am fixed on one thing, and that is that I would bring glory to my God, that I would focus on my God. You know, it's an interesting dynamic. I counsel from time to time, and one of the things that I think is oftentimes the foundational problem for relationship issues is this idea of disappointment. In other words, I spend an entire hour in premarital counseling on guarding our expectations. And so guarding our expectations helps us to remember that people have feet of clay, that they are but dust, that they're naturally selfish. People don't always intentionally let people down or hurt them, but sometimes unintentionally, due to our selfishness and poor decision making and losing focus of what's really important, or just not seeing things from other people's perspective, looking at things only in our own world, we do hurt people. We do let them down. And I am thankful that God never lets me down. And the only time that I sometimes feel like God is letting me down is when I'm not letting God be God and I'm trying to be God. And so I feel like maybe God is not hearing my prayer. God maybe doesn't understand how important this is, and that I have these things happen, or whatever the case may be. So when I look at this text in Psalm 108, it really reminds me that I have to focus on God and guard my expectations, and realize that when these expectations are not met, that it disappoints me, and I have a responsibility to handle disappointment when people let me down, and to remember that I want to be steadfast, I want to be dependable, I want God to be able to count on me, that I would never let him down in what he's entrusted to me. And so my heart is fixed when it is squarely focused on God and he has the preeminence. Remember David in Psalm 130, when he was really going through a deep waters and a really tough time in his life. He encouraged himself in the Lord his God. And I think sometimes that's exactly where we need to be. This psalm reminds us that my heart is fixed. I will sing and give praise even with my glory. Awake, psaltery and harp. I myself will awake early. I will praise thee, O Lord, among the people, and I will sing praises unto thee among the nations. For thy mercy is great above the heavens, and thy truth reaches unto the clouds. Be thou exalted, O God, above the heavens, and thy glory above all the earth. that thy beloved may be delivered. Save with thy right hand and answer me. God hath spoken in his holiness. That means he can never do anything wrong. God acts in absolute righteousness. It's not just that he doesn't do wrong, he can't. It's not that he doesn't make bad decisions, he can't. God always does what is right. He is holy. He answers me with his holiness. That's quite a statement. I will rejoice. I will divide Shechem and mete out the valley of Succoth. Gilead is mine. Manasseh is mine. Ephraim also is the strength of mine head. Judah is my lawgiver. Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Over Philistia will I triumph. Who will bring me into the strong city? Who will lead me into Edom? Wilt not thou, O God, who hast cast us off, and wilt not thou, O God, go forth with our host? Give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man. Through God we shall do valiantly, for he it is that shall tread down our enemies. Boy, what a reminder that as we go through life today, that we should focus on God. Have our heart fixed. I am just not going to be moved. I'm not going to be distracted. I'm not going to be fooled. I am going to keep my eyes fixed on my God, who encourages my heart, who is the very source of victory over my enemies, over my flesh, over the world and its influence, over the devil. My heart is fixed. I am not going to be moved. Boy, what a great statement. What a great commitment for every one of us to make before God. That, Lord, man does disappoint me, but you never can, because you only do what's right. You are only always good. So my heart is fixed, and I'm not going to be moved. And I trust that'll be your testimony today. I hope that it'll be mine. God bless you. I hope this will be a blessing to you. We'll see you tomorrow.